let's do this, mofos. What a weird way to start. I have just been to see a film, because why else would I be doing this? I went to see The Black Phone this evening. So recently when I went to see Men, that I never reviewed, because it was a 15th certificate film, I was with my friend Naomi and we got loads of horror trailers and she was all squirmy because she's not great with horror. So this film tonight was one of the trailers that I saw then. It is a horror film. It's directed by Scott Derrickson, who did the first Doctor Strange film. And it stars Ethan Hawke as a child killer called The Grabber. It's set in 1970s Denver, and it centers around a boy called Finney Blake and his little sister Gwen, who live with an alcoholic and abusive father. Mum is no longer around, and it's quite a small community, and several boys have gone missing already, and there's missing posters up. And then Finney gets grabbed, finds himself in a basement, a soundproof basement. It's not ideal, is it? Nobody wants to be stuck in a soundproof basement. No, thank you. And the film is about Finney trying to escape, and he gets help via a disconnected black telephone on the wall from the grabber's previous victims. So that's the premise. I don't really need to say more about it than that. That's all stuff you'd get from the trailer. Is it any good? Yes, it is. Okay. Positives. The lead children, Mason Thames, who plays Finney, and Madeline McGraw, who plays his sister Gwen, both excellent, like really good. Ethan Hawke, creepy AF. I'm not a fan of Ethan Hawke. He's been around a long time. His first film ever was Explorers, which is also River Phoenix's first film ever. And I saw that as a kid. If you remember a film from the 80s where three boys, three unlikely friends, take a Fairground Walser car and build a spaceship, and then go up to space and meet an alien, who's watched loads of cartoons and greets them with "What's up, Doc?" If any of that rings a bell, it wasn't a fever dream. That's the film Explorers, 1985, I think. So that was Ethan Hawke's debut. He was quite a heartthrob for a while. Not so much now. He's in Moon Knight, the Marvel series that's on Disney Plus. So he's is he having a bit of a renaissance? I don't know. Yeah, but I've never been his biggest fan. He is good in this. He's very creepy. The Grabber wears a series of odd masks, which are deeply unsettling. And yeah, obviously there's a supernatural element to it because the phone is ringing and the dead boys are at the other end of the phone trying to help Finney escape. The longer they've been dead, the less they remember about themselves, which is quite eerie, quite creepy. You know, I don't remember my name. Obviously Finney knows them all, either personally, some of them were people he knew, or just from the missing posters around town. And also Gwen, his little sister, they obviously have a really strong bond because they're sort of united against their dad and try to protect each other from the domestic violence that comes as a result of his alcoholism. But she's clearly got a bit of a gift, and it's alluded to that her mother had the same thing, so she keeps having these really vivid dreams about black balloons and all this sort of thing, and you know, she's trying to tell the police what she knows. And so, excuse me, it's very late. It's good. Like, I didn't love it, but I don't know why. It's very 70s, it's well shot, all the central performances are good. It's got some nice 70s music in. It gave me kind of Stranger Things vibes, even though that's 80s, not 70s. So yeah, it's decent enough. It's not great. There was one moment where I got a jumpy fright and I shouted out a very, very sweary swear word because I got a fright. But other than that, it's not too jumpy. It's not what Mark Kermode would call a quiet bang horror film that just relies on silence followed by loud noises to give you a fright. It's well put together, but it's not great. It did the trick for a Wednesday evening. Couldn't think what day it was there. Next up, I'll be coming to see Elvis, which I'm weirdly excited about, despite not being an Elvis fan. I'm more excited about the fact that it's Baz Luhrmann. We've got Thor: Love and Thunder coming soon as well. So yeah, it's a thumbs up for The Black Phone. If you like horror films, definitely give it a bash. And if you don't, then obviously avoid it because it would frighten you and that would be silly. Yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for listening. Katie out.